Sundown, thank you very much. Looking forward to seeing yet again another mongrel Mitro Benji drop into retail uncontested. Shy wager in the back. Very sad that he's chosen poorly.
All right, though, let's look at this bus right here, splitting across the map. Just take a look at how players are going to land. We saw what happened with Harmy, Pepper, Camo in their early game. They're in that pleasant area. They got rotated on real quick. And you can see that arrow just up on the left, looking down south, kind of making that same eyeball, probably getting that same information. So we'll see what happens there. Take a look over at Retail Row. Sky's looking clear. Nice sunny day for Mitro, Mongrel, and Benji once again. And not only that, the coast is clear to Lava Pit. The coast is clear far down south. The coast is clear to about as far as Racetrack. No one is near them.
Literally no one is dropping over there. I don't even know what to say about that. It makes sense, but there's so much loot there. I mean, you could contest it and hold Blacktop side and get them to concentrate on Resi and then rotate out east or north. It's not the choice thus far. Moisty Palms down here. Don't forget, if you crouch, you turn into something.
RBK boys are going to get the first knock of the game right there as Red Rush finds someone on the left-hand side. We have Zypan and Left Eye poised up. They're making the quick mark. Hey, they're getting the push. They know where the last duo is here at the Moisty Palms. They're in the back residential area, so the battle has already commenced. I think it's Left Eye. No, it's actually Zypan who's already dived on them. Here it is. He's got the perch up. Is he going to be able to see him? Red Rush catches a nice shot right there, and that was a little combo. Hand cannon into the AR. Quick little finish right there. Let's see what Zypan's going to do here. So he's pressuring, no shotgun. Just SMGs and ARs, that's aggressive.
Honestly, it's time to hold that W key. You have two down. Even if you throw one person down on the ground, they get knocked. Still free 3 elims. The trade out, you get the revive right here. No big deal. Knock the wall.
Side wall is going to grab it. Quick little edit. Shotgun pop.
There it is. Literally textbook aggression there. Left Eye with a trade. Red Rush following through, picking up 3 eliminations total for the team already. And Moisty Palms, basically at this point, has been claimed. Keep in mind, though, Fuexi and the Mentos up there on the top of your screen, they are just outside of the west-southwest. I don't expect pressure in from above, although they are in at least a decent position to look down.
When you end the battle that quick, you just can't even rotate in on them. They're already ahead of the curve. But now taking a look at Kezra, Trippin, and Marcus here, who are in a little 3-way battle over at the Modern House. Shots are coming in. Nice usage of the suppressed pistol right there. Is going to be a sneaky shot. 44 headshot. This does respectable damage. It's so accurate. Vorin goes down, and look, he doesn't even know where the shots are coming from. You can't really track it. That's another one right there. And it looks like he is out of builds. Nice little pop right there is going to take up Revoked, and suddenly, tables have changed. Now it's a 2v1. He's going to push all the way through.
And potentially they didn't realize the suppressed pistol may be one of the best kind of mid-range weapons right now, just because the
underrated
early game, it like I said, it's so accurate. You pace your shots, you could even spray with it, and you'll still hit 44s. We'll edit there, looking to follow through on this third one. Pick up a trio, and maybe the revive is very, very fast. The edits now still in 2v1. Gets another tag inside. There it is, the follow through, and no word, sorry, eliminated.
I like how he played this. He played it safe, right? He didn't do anything too reckless. He didn't jump in. He was like, you know what? I'm just going to make the edits. I see that you clearly can't build. You're in between all my builds. He just takes it nice and slow, took his time, got the pop in, and just like that, they cleaned that up real nice. That's 9 points now. They're in the running.
Honestly, hats off for baiting your teammates with a suppressed pistol at that range and being effective enough that at first you might think, what are you doing?
Yep.
It ended up being literally the best call at the time. So seriously, very, very solid play there.
Looking at Starly. Dude, Starly's just watching. What's going on here? Is he poising up? Yep, there's Aqua and Chinkin up top. So they see what's going on. He's trying to see if he can get a side shot, maybe baiting his squad mate. Talking about baiting out. Looking for a little bit of bait there. Aqua tries to take the high ground, and actually he is successful. He finds a little piece of it. This is so sturdy here. It's built up on all of this brick, it looks like. Here comes some explodes, though. This is a weird fight. This is such a weird fight. Just the angle, the placement, where you are on the map so early in the game. But the high ground take right there from Scalar, timing the shockwave, and suddenly the surprise factor. It's his now, and he actually laid a ton of shots down with that sub SMG. He has no shotgun, though.
Up until that shockwave, it was basically a 2v2 with each team having their third player bait on the outside and wait for a chance to take shots. Here we go. Push on through. A solid take of the wall. Finds Aqua, which means Stompy and Shinken need to make a push, a play here. Shinken actually goes down to the feed as well. Follow through. Looks like a 3v1 now as Stompy is the only one left on the south side of this group. Shots through. Finds a shield tag. Scalar trying to push up top, maintain at least high ground challenge. Maybe a rotate jump on the outside. Tries to find it, can't quite yet. Knocking down the structure would be relatively easy, but looks like it'll apply pressure and try and follow through. Didn't realize Stompy did have a line of sight there. No builds.
Wait a second. They actually have no builds. If Stompy has builds, he can clutch this up low-key. Yeah, there it is. That's why. They got to get the heals up. Okay, now that they have some shield going on here, looks like Stompy has no more armor either, but he's not giving it up for free. He's putting these shots down. He catches Scalar. He can convert right there, but he's not going to be enough. Dude, that was so close for Stompy. That team was looking like they were just running through our world-class trio right there. But Stompy showing, hey, listen, I've been around the block for a while now.
You know, you run on the mats in the middle of a build fight like that, and the fear sets in so quickly. Stompy not able to clutch up. Valiant effort, though. That trio goes down. Very early, too. 29 trios remaining. Not a single point. But honestly, I mean, you can't feel too bad about that. That's going to happen from time to time. 1 or 2 games that is won't necessarily affect
well, as far as we can tell, they're not having the best run now, right? They only had 2 points previously, which means that they were in it, but to get taken out that early, it's another 0-point game. So now you gotta think about it. Something's not working there. Gotta figure it out.
Or about
regardless of what, there are 4 of them things right here. There's 4 trios here. 4 teams nearby.
This is actually probably the smartest rotation in the moment, too. Jump on the hoverboard, throw down a little bubble shield.
It's a giveaway. Look, it's a giveaway.
Yeah, but at that point, I mean, you're going to have other teams. If they try and push in and jump on top of that, they're going to run into each other, too, here in a second. We'll see.
With no fear, Kezra, Marcus, and Tripperin are getting collapsed on here. And now the shield bubble is all in the way, which it can work. There's a lot of benefits to having this distraction here. Notice he's going to put another one down now, just making sure he's going to keep this Coliseum up for the time being. Edits are being made, though. Kaji's going to get collapsed on. Hits a big 140, though, so not before he does some damage. Baby Belvid here putting some good shots down as well. And again, he's flirting around that shield bubble area, so he's got to be a little careful with how he, moves in and out. Be a distracting factor. Chopping up the minigun here. He's going to take him right out. Minigun's so good. It's just meta.
You got that early pressure trying to push the walls down. Belvid trying to follow through in the shots. That shield bubble kind of causing a little bit of an issue just on the outside of it, dancing back and forth. Like you said, it kind of creates a coliseum, like an arena inside there. Players are going to have to push in and try and get to you in the moment. So it forces box fights. And at this point, if you're sitting on a shotgun, especially attack like this, your teammates have them as well. It's a good opportunity to make people come in. You bait them into the box, get those big hits. Clement, we saw earlier, you mentioned the clutch during the qualifier, the heats. Picks up an Elim in the feed. Temper as well, Ritz.
Looks like another team has decided they want a piece of this action. Down comes the Stinkers. They're only going to catch Baby Belvid here with a couple of ticks. No, actually, they're hitting the whole team now. Great usage of the Stinkers there to try and buy themselves some times, but again, the Stinkers are just putting all of the pressure in. I've already counted about 4 or 5 of them, so they probably have another 1 or 2. Got to be careful here. The campfire coming down now is going to be a dead giveaway for their location. Majin playing cat and mouse here. They're going to actually back up, so they throw all that resource. All that resource to only back up. I guess they figured, oh, dude, they're still shielded. They have health. They haven't fell yet. Let's back up here. It's not worth the risk.
I'd rather see a team burn the resource, though, and everybody stay alive in the game than have them go down basically fighting or maybe lose 1 or 2 people, to pick up an Elim, when placement is so much more important, especially you see that team that pushed in for just a second. They're rotating out to the northwest. So Majin, Belvid, and Nate, they're fine now. They can sit. Camo goes down to Mr.savage in the feed. Not having a good game 1 or 2 thus far.
So that means they're nearby. They're up in that northwest part of the map here, which is where the zone is actually going. So that's why there's no surprise we see some box fights going on up there for Mr.savage. When they have that zone comfortability, they can take their time. Rojo, Item, and Savage. That's a scary, scary trio. But either way, the feed is popping off. And Alex is going to find Harmy. So it looks like the server's collapsing on that trio there. Pepper, Harmy, Camo being the victims here. Mitra's going to find Klusha in the feed as well, and it's just going down right now, so there it is. Here's take a look at Mitro. Here's a grenade setup.
And
this is such a nifty trick. If you're 60 to 70 meters out, it's just so easy for them.
It's like
actually,
just
they were over.
Right on top, basically exploded before they could make full contact. A valiant effort there.
Question is, who did their math?
Work on your geometry, gentlemen. Mitro, Mongrel, Benji Fishy sitting on 23 points thus far. That victory royale from last game. There's that elimination on Cluja, the knock previously. Put them up to 24 now. Rotate back in this box to pick up what was left. Shield bubble, protecting the team they tried to drop bombs on just moments ago. And they're going to rotate across, get closer to the center of Loot Lake there. That permanent rift, pretty important for making a rotation. If you're stuck in a tough spot, use that low grav, make your way in, a couple ramp builds, build up, get inside that if you need to escape, especially because you see the zones moving in. They do have a team on the outside, so a Stormhold is exactly, back-to-back hits there. Mongrel finding a bead on a team moving in. And that trio, they want to push for that rift. They can make it to it without going down to MMB. Be a big save there, but we will see if the Stormhold decision, what comes through for this trio.
It's crazy because, like, at this point, it's just become such an iconic loadout for Mongrel. The infantry rifle in his hands,
100%.
just deadly. Putrick gets knocked there. And that's exactly what we're talking about. It's just deadly. It does too much damage. Excuse me, it does just way too much damage. He's too accurate. He pops everyone with it. It's over.
You're too good. Please stop. Game
So
2.
good.
Already looking like it's going to be a good one for this trio. And it's important to note, even if you just get the tags on the outside, you do have that 60-second window after dealing damage. If the storm ends up being what knocks the player you tagged, you do get credit for it. And he's going to look for another hit here in a second. Kind of surprised to me he didn't stay on that. He saw the player building up on that ramp, had a chance to peek up 1-2 shots. Would have been enough, potentially. Yeah, they're marking it like crazy. Going to fire in now. Here we go. Finds back-to-back hits. So scary. Accurate. Mitro, another elimination.
And it's unfortunate because they already hit one player, right? He popped them twice. That player was weak on health. They must have had a fight in the storm at some point or another for them to be so weak coming out of the storm line like that. They got one, they got two. You know they're going to hunt down this third right now. There's no reason not to.
That's actually a really good note to make. So Mitro only got shield tags the first two shots back. So the fact that the knock came through,
that's how they knew they were
immediately clued. Yeah, these guys don't have a whole lot left. We have an opportunity. We can push them, get these elims, and this is where they're going to find the third on this trio. Stormy Right goes down right there.
Yeah, 187. Yeah. It was blue.
Stop.
No health though.
Mongrel, human aimbot right now. That infantry rifle, scary. Yo, Mongrel, if you ever want to run duos, dog, I'll give you an infantry rifle every game. I'm just putting that out there.
Just throwing it out there.
Seriously, ridiculously accurate.
Set this man up for success, as Sundown said. Their trio has just really been taking it away here. It's what we expected. I know it's something you guys have probably heard a lot over the weekend, but it's just that true.
It is. It really is. I mean, we wouldn't say it if it wasn't an absolute fact at this point. These guys are far and away one of the best trios we've ever seen play the game. Now, like to note, you do have a number of people stacking up in front of MMB, a third-party chance. They move across on the north side of this group. You see the marks. They're going to move up there. They have a chance to look down on anybody on the south side. You see the teams, the silhouettes through on the far left side of your screen. Now the center, you looked over real quick as Mongrel's moving forward there. They're going to get in position to look down on this. They do, however, they're going to have people on the north. They're going to have people bunched up all around this mountain. There are so many teams. I would say, what, 6, 7 teams right there? Absolutely ridiculous. Now, we want to throw up. I mentioned the infantry rifle and Mongrel and actually all of them, honestly, but we want to put up a replay from week 4. Mongrel with the infantry rifle, just how intimidatingly good here in a second. This team pushing up. Cut over that here in a second. We want to make sure we do not miss what is going on right now. Applying pressure, literally just shots after shots after shots. A shockwave there.
Good shockwave out for them. Good shockwave out for them.
That was the time to move, absolutely.
That's right. But Mongrel's going to get traded back. He's going to get hit pretty hard here.
Replay's going to have to wait, gentlemen. Mongrel going to stay alive here in the bottom of this box.
All right, looks like things are slowing down. So if you want to roll it, now's the time.
She'll see here in a second, going to pop up many shields they can. little bit of a share there. The minis, the splash, going to come through and push the rest of the HP up to 61 now. Here we go. Taking a look back. Mongrel, the infantry rifle. Watch the shots. Non-stop hit after hit. Players flying in from above. This is absolute insanity. You take an infantry rifle and put it in an average player's hands. It's questionable sometimes. But you give it to one of these guys, literally beaming players out of the air. They're flying. They're even doing, popping the redeploy out and putting away the glider.
Yep.
To change elevation and make them really hard to hit. Doesn't even matter. Still hit their shots every time.
It's just that good. And in that short clip, guys, almost 300 damage.
That's ridiculous.
You're talking every shot connecting. Every shot connecting. It really creates a snowball effect over the lobby when you start breaking away. One hit from that infantry rifle at that range, that's like 2 minis, basically.
Crazy.
You're just ripping shield off of them, resource, health,
So crazy.
everything. And that's the steamroll effect. That's the snowball effect that happens here. But this is going to be a tough rotation. They have to go through what looks like a valley of death, right? It's between 2 mountains. Like for them, there's not too many people poised up just yet to their left and rights. So here comes the launch pad player. They're just going to cut straight across. Teams have already moved, and placement is just going to favor them right now. The enemies are not in the right places. Rojo's going to find Majin right there in the feed. And that means things are popping off in the server right now. $C is also going to get someone to collapse on right there. But Mitro now set up on the outside. The pressure's coming in. They've isolated a team on the back storm line. If they can get this squad out, they can take out this trio. They own this back half of the zone right now.
Keep in mind, we're coming up on the 50-50 soon. Circle 5 here. 30 seconds until this storm closes, then we're going to have to see players make a move. TAC SMG, regardless of the range, is so good. Mongrel picking up a elimination there. Frey, the only one left. This trio potentially, it looks like sizing it up to try and locate that last player if they deem fit to pick up that elim. We'll see here in a second. A little bit of a loot share in the bottom here. Spread the shield around. Imagine a gold infantry rifle on the crown between these 3 players it's getting left behind because I think they're all already running it.
Yeah, they're all definitely running it. Oh no, and they got zone just now. So the crucial knock, the zone here, they're going to be able to go back down, replenish loot if there's extra to spare. But not only that, they already control the zone back here. They took the team out that was here. They know they own this area.
Epic, listen, all right? I don't know how much they paid you, but these perks got to stop. This is insane. Literally, they're in the... Dude, this is insanity. One of the luckiest circles I think I've seen for arguably the best team in Europe right now, and they're sitting pretty already. By the way, they're not actually paying. This is a joke, chat. Don't worry. This is ridiculous.
Well, let's see what they do with it. So, high ground, clearly theirs. If anyone launches across them, they're going to pay the bullet price because they 100%. Have the location, they have the poise up. It's Andretta who's going to be able to squeak across the bottom here. Artur, and the shots are now raining. Can they connect? We saw him do it before. We saw the clip just a little bit ago. Here goes the open up right here. If you flip by, you're going to get tagged. And we talk about this creates snowball effects for them. Mongrel out in the open right now, just looking for anyone to kind of cut across the field here so that they can just continue to slay out right now.
Quick note, that gold infantry that was on the ground, I believe, was Mitra's. Looks like he swapped to the purple AR. I'm thinking for the spray opportunity as we start to close the circle, and you don't want to sit on infantry for too long. That being said, too, I don't think he has attack SMG. Otherwise, he probably would have kept with it. Also, are you kidding me with the crate literally dropping basically right on top of them?
I don't think they caught it.
You have so many players stacked up now.
Snuck right by.
14 trios at this point. 2 more need to go down. You have Rojo, Item, Mr.savage, all still alive on your screen there. Motor and Verox yet again down to just a duo. Same thing happened last game. You have players literally stacking up on top of each other at this point as everyone has to move north going into the next circle. They have 18 seconds until they have to move.
The only thing holding them back right now is Splodes or Heavy Sniper. If they had something to really break through these strong map builds, this high ground they'd be impenetrable. It'd be crazy right now. But the fact that their loadout is holding them back, the infantry rifle, we talk about there's a sweet spot for it. This is where you can't really pierce the builds with it. So that's why he's using that TAC SMG right now. And even at this range, it's not the best. But shots are coming out. A quick 200 damage thrown out at the lobby right there. And now they cut across. Oh, you saw the mark right there. They're marking these enemies plays out, and the Storm's going to finish it up for him. So AV Pro's going to go down. Magnus is going to go down. That entire trio. Magro's going to land on a player. Could not flick in time. He gets taken out by TSM Crew, one of the recent recruits for TSM Crew. Again, finishing very high in the solo portion of the Fortnite World Cup. Magro is going to still continue to convert on those elims because of the Storm, though.
Huge.
And now the duo, there. What's left is Mitro and Benji.
8 eliminations thus far, down to only 2 of them. Mongrel, like you said, paid the price to Crew there. Just barely. It looked like he missed the elevation, had to double back, land on the ramp, and ended up box sharing, having to go for that fight. Meanwhile, all the way at the top, Verox, Motor, Boyer, actually, the third is still in it. Didn't see him earlier. My apologies. Moving across the top, that tarp in an excellent spot, and the circle looks like it's cutting back basically the same direction. So that trio up top, they already own all those builds. They don't have to do anything other than look down and take shots, but Mitro, Benji Fishy, staying alive inside the shield bubble, trying to find a beat on the player, moving around. A little bit of a cat and mouse situation.
They need this. They need this. They have no builds. That's why they're sticking together. That's why they're box pushing right now.
Solid.
Bella EU, that's a huge knock right there. Tohaj as well. He flicks and takes him out. These are crucial knocks. We're talking about the most consistent, second most consistent, and the most consistent team clashing against one another. Can they convert on the final player right here? He only has 70 builds. Mitro's going to get taken out from behind, but that was still a monstrous run for 9 Elans and getting close to placement right there. But now
they did make it. They finished top 10 trios, so placement points did come through for them.
Falcony still in the game, takes out Caxi. We saw him make it all the way through in the final moments of the last game, so placement for that team as well. Now looking at Dallas, he takes out Andretta. We have Mr.savage playing the mid ground here. We know E11, Boyer, Verox, and others are on the high ground here. Just got to be careful. See what Savage is going to do. Is looking for opportunity, looking for a shot here. Nice shield bubble. He's going to kind of mess with his peripheral here, but again, they're in that Coliseum bubble. They're safe here. High ground can't beat them down unless they bring them down. Lukey's going to go down. Nice trap play. He's going to read it perfectly here. Baits the trap, and he's totally fine now. He can break on out of here with time to spare. Savage goes for high ground. Does he completely have it? Not quite yet. He's going to break on out. Now he goes back down to low ground.
High to ultimate low. The spray there,
such a
tough spot. Lands right at the edge of the zone, had to move in. Only 2 builds and 2 players literally holding an edit, looking down all the way on the high ground now. Crew knocked.
Somehow Beehive took the high ground with Crew and Chapix.
Just keeping Crew in the game thus far. There we go, waiting for it. Wanted to hold out for anything in the inventory. A shockwave.
Whoa,
wait.
That was a mistake.
Beehive.
Okay, Chapix bounces back though, but Chapix is ruined now.
Beehive might have actually cost Chapix at that point. Beehive pushing back up in the air. 3 trios remaining. A shot from above. Gonna have to convert to make up for that knock basically on his teammate at this point. Kind of a situationally tough call there. Crew already out. 1 player left. $C goes down. Snader picks it up on the slack there. Dark Arena with the finish. Another elimination for that trio. Chapix down now.
Hyper vigilant right now. He's looking all around. He has no more builds. He can't even use a shockwave to break in. He has to go underneath and break up and over if he really wants to here. But he's waiting for the edit, trying to see if he can make a mistake here. One mistake and they're going to eat this shot. Low ground warriors coming out of him. Can he hit the shot? Dark Arena goes down. Huge pump. And he connects in the final moments. Beehive with no materials still pulls through. Takes the L, gives the L, and catches a 2-piece at the end.
Yo, you know that Discord call right now is like, okay, you know what? Don't do it again. But it's a good thing you got the win.
Look out for Beehive, Crew, and Chapix. Sundown and Zeke on the floor. What do you guys have?
Thank you guys so much. What an incredible clutch.